Vikram, a billionaire CEO, sipped whiskey in his high-rise office. His phone buzzed. "I need $50 for baby formula. Please, Vikram." It sounded like his ex-wife Priya, but the number wasn't hers. 5 years after their divorce, why now? Anger and curiosity hit him. He had to know. The office was high above the city, all glass and steel shining in the dark. It was late evening and Vikram Malhotra, a billionaire CEO, sat alone. He wore a sharp suit, his tie loose after a long day of tough meetings. In his hand was a glass of whiskey, the ice clinking softly. The city lights sparkled below, but he wasn't looking. He was tired thinking about numbers and deals. Then his phone buzzed on the desk. He picked it up, expecting work. Instead, it was a text from a number he didn't know. The message said, "Hey, I know we haven't talked in years, but I'm desperate. I need $50 for baby formula. Please, Vikram." He froze. The words hit him hard. The way it was written, short, pleading, it sounded like Priya, his ex-wife. He hadn't heard from her in 5 years, not since their ugly divorce. She'd left him, saying he cared more about money than love. Back then he didn't fight her. He just let her go. But this wasn't her number. He checked twice. His heart beat faster. Was it really her? Had something happened? They never had kids together, so why baby formula? His mind spun with questions. Maybe she was in trouble. Maybe she'd changed her number. Or maybe it wasn't her at all. He took a sip of whiskey, the burn sharp in his throat. His fingers hovered over the phone. Should he reply? Ignore it? 5 years ago he'd have ignored it. But now something felt different. He typed slowly, "Priya? Is this you?" and hit send. The screen stayed silent. No reply. He stared at the unknown number, the mystery pulling him in. Whoever it was, this text was about to change his night, and maybe more. Vikram sat still, his phone glowing in the dim office. The text, "I need $50 for baby formula. Please, Vikram," left him stunned. It sounded like Priya, his ex-wife, but it couldn't be. She'd remarried years ago, after their divorce tore them apart. They never had kids together. So why would she ask him for money now? His head spun. Was she lying? In trouble? He didn't know what to think. Anger bubbled up first. How dare she come back after all this time? Then curiosity crept in. Who was this really? And deep down, a small sting of guilt poked at him, one he couldn't shake. He leaned back in his chair, the whiskey forgotten. 5 years ago, Priya walked out. She'd called him cold, a man who cared only about power and cash. "You buy everything but feel nothing," she'd said, her voice sharp as she packed her bags. He didn't argue. He let her go, thinking work would fill the hole. And it did. After the divorce, he threw himself into his company. Meetings, deals, late nights, he built an empire bigger than ever. Money poured in and he bought fancy cars, a huge house, anything he wanted. But her words stuck with him, like a splinter he couldn't pull out. He told himself he didn't care, that feelings were a waste. Yet here he was, staring at this text, feeling something. Was it her? Had life turned bad for her? The idea of Priya struggling made his chest tight. He hated her back then, or thought he did. Now he wasn't sure. The anger mixed with questions, and that old guilt grew louder. He couldn't ignore it. Not this time. His fingers twitched. He had to know more. Vikram couldn't let it go. The text, "I need $50 for baby formula," kept nagging at him. He had to know if it was Priya. So, instead of tossing his phone aside, he typed back, "Priya? Is this you?" He hit send and waited. Nothing. No dots, no reply. His jaw tightened. He called the number next, his heart thumping. It rang once, then went straight to voicemail, a generic robot voice, no name. That made it worse. Now he was hooked. Who was this? He wasn't the type to sit and wonder. He had money, power, and people who could find answers. So he made a call. "Trace this number," he told his private investigator, a guy he used for business secrets. "I want a name. Fast." The answer came the next morning. Vikram was in his office, coffee in hand, when the phone rang. "It's not Priya," the investigator said. "Number belongs to a woman named Niha Sharma. Single mom, struggling hard. Lives in a cheap apartment across town." Vikram frowned. "Niha?" He didn't know any Niha. "There's more," the investigator added. "Her husband died a year ago. Car accident. Name was Rahul Sharma. Sound familiar?" Vikram's coffee went cold in his hand. Bro. His old college buddy. They'd been close once. Late night talks, big dreams. But Vikram got busy with his empire and they drifted. He hadn't even gone to Rahul's funeral, too caught up in work. Now Rahul was gone and this Niha, his widow, was texting him by mistake? He stared out the window, the city blurry. It wasn't Priya, but it was personal. Rahul's wife. Baby. $50. His mind raced. He couldn't ignore this now. He had to find her. Vikram found Neha's address and drove there himself. No driver, no fancy car, just him in a plain jacket. The apartment building was old, paint peeling, stairs creaking. He knocked on her door, feeling out of place. It opened, and there she was, Neha, tired eyes, messy hair, holding a crying baby. She looked at him, confused. "Who are you?" she asked, voice shaky. "Vikram Malhotra," he said. Her eyes widened. "The billionaire? Why are you here?" He held up his phone. "You texted me. About baby formula." Her face turned red. "Oh no," she mumbled. "That wasn't for you. I typed the wrong number. I meant my ex, his name's Vikram too." She rocked the baby, who wailed louder. "I'm sorry. Please go." But Vikram didn't move. "You're Rahul's wife," he said. Neha froze. "How do you know Rahul?" He swallowed hard. "We were friends. College. A long time ago." Neha's tired eyes narrowed. "He talked about you. Said you were smart but cold. Traded friendship for fortune, he'd say. Guess he was right. You didn't even come to his funeral." The words hit Vikram like a punch. He remembered Rahul's laugh, his big ideas. They'd been close once. But after college, Vikram chased money, left friends behind. When Rahul died in that crash, Vikram was too busy to care. Now, standing in this tiny, messy apartment, guilt crashed over him. Neha didn't know him, but she knew enough. And it hurt. The baby's cries filled the silence. Neha turned away, muttering, "I don't need your pity." Vikram's throat tightened. He'd let Rahul down once. He couldn't walk away again. "I'm not leaving," he said quietly. "Not this time." Neha stared, unsure what to say. Vikram stood in Neha's cramped apartment, the baby's cries fading to whimpers. He pulled out his wallet. "I'll give you money," he said. "Not just $50, enough to help you and the baby." Neha's eyes flashed. "No," she snapped, stepping back. "I don't need your guilt. I texted the wrong person. This isn't your problem." Her words cut deep. They sounded like Priya all over again, his ex-wife who'd left him, saying he threw money at everything but never cared. Neha's pride stung him, sharp and familiar. He wanted to argue, to say he wasn't that man anymore. But her glare stopped him. She wasn't begging. She didn't want his pity. He could have walked out then. It'd be easy, go back to his big office, forget this mess. But something held him there. "Why formula?" he asked instead. Neha sighed, rubbing her eyes. "My baby's sick. A rare condition. Normal milk doesn't work. The stuff she needs costs too much." Vikram's mind clicked. His company had a biotech division, smart people working on medical stuff. They could do something. "I can help," he said. Neha frowned. "I told you no charity." "Not charity," he shot back. "A solution. My team can make better formula. Cheaper too. For her and others." She stared, unsure. "Why do you care?" she asked. He didn't answer right away. Rahul's face flashed in his head, then Priya's. He'd failed them both. This was different. "I'm not walking away," he said finally. "Let me try." Neha hesitated, then nodded just once. Vikram felt a spark. Something real, not just money. He grabbed his phone, already calling his team. This wasn't about guilt anymore. It was about doing something that mattered. Vikram didn't just send money and leave. He kept coming back to Neha's small apartment. At first it was awkward, him in his fancy coat, her with the baby, both unsure. But soon he sat with them, listening to the baby giggle or cry. Neha softened, sharing bits about Rahul, his jokes, his kindness. Vikram felt a pull, like he was waking up. He'd buried that side of himself under work and wealth, thinking it made him strong. Now, watching Neha rock her sick baby, he saw what he'd lost. He wasn't just a CEO here. He was a person again. He didn't tell his company to fix the formula problem. He paid for it himself, quietly, no big announcements. "Make it work," he told the biotech team. "For her baby and others like her." He checked in daily, not as a boss, but as someone who needed this to mean something. Weeks passed and he felt lighter. Neha noticed too. "You're not who Rahul said," she told him once, almost smiling. That stuck with him. He was making amends not just for Rahul but for himself. Then one night his phone buzzed. A message from Priya, his real ex-wife. "Heard what you're doing," it said. "Maybe you've changed after all." No begging, no anger, just those words. He stared at it, heart pounding. She'd heard through old friends about him helping Neha. She wasn't asking for money or love, just a sign he wasn't the cold man she'd left. He typed back, "I'm trying." It wasn't much, but it felt like closure, for her, for him. He put the phone down, looking at a photo Niha gave him of the baby, now healthier. This was his redemption. The biotech team worked fast. One day Vikram got the call, "It's done. The formula's ready, cheap, safe, perfect for Neha's baby and others too." He didn't smile big or call a press conference. He just drove to Neha's apartment with a box of the new formula. She opened the door, tired but hopeful. "Try it," he said, handing it over. Days later she texted him, "She's better." First time she smiled all day. Then a surprise, "I'm calling that smile Vikram. It's thanks to you." He didn't expect that. He told the team to keep his name out of it, no headlines, no glory. But hearing Niha say it, his chest felt warm. The baby was okay. That was enough. Soon after, Priya asked to meet. They sat in a quiet cafe, coffee steaming between them. She looked older, softer. "I heard about the formula," she said. "Didn't think you'd care like that." He shrugged. "I didn't used to." They talked, no yelling, no tears. She didn't want him back and he didn't ask. "I just needed to see it," she said. "You're not the same." He nodded. "I'm trying not to be." They finished their drinks, said goodbye. No big ending, just a calm understanding. It felt right. Back home, Vikram opened his phone. Neha's number was still there, the wrong text that started it all. He didn't save it under her name. He labeled it "Reminder." That day, a mistake had pulled him out of his cold, rich world and made him face himself. He'd let Rahul down, pushed Priya away. Now he'd fix something. Not everything, but enough. He closed the phone, the city lights glowing outside. He was different now.